As of this week, it's been 5 months since Hurricane Helene hit western North Carolina. And I thought I'd just give you all an update on how things are going. It took 7 weeks before I had clean running water back in my home. It's a little hard to believe I went without it for that long, but between my friend's house and the community care stations, I was able to take a shower, wash my clothes, and take care of my water needs. As you can imagine, I have never been more grateful for clean running water in my home. As you saw in my 2 previous videos, the flood that resulted from Hurricane Helene absolutely destroyed any of the areas that were surrounding rivers. There's been a lot of cleanup that started as soon as the floodwaters receded, but there's still a ton of work to do. The River Arts District, which was featured in my last 2 videos, has had a lot of attention. Within a week of the flood, I joined in with 2 different volunteer crews that were helping artists to get their stuff out, and then another one that was just cleaning up all of the trash, for the most part plastic, that was all alongside the river. It's much cleaner than it was, but it's still pretty destroyed. I wasn't sure how they were going to clean up the rivers, but over the past couple of weeks, I've seen these crazy tough boats around. I can't even imagine how they're not capsizing with these heavy loads. Obviously, they were engineered with this purpose in mind. They unfortunately have removed a lot of trees, including that little tree that I tried to save. I don't think they're all dead either, so I'm not entirely sure what they're doing, but so many trees were covered in plastic and trash and clothing and tents that it seemed impossible they would ever be cleaned, so I'm wondering if that's why they removed so many. This poor dirt park here used to be full of trees. I got this photo from the internet to illustrate how beautiful the park used to be. Now it looks like a desert, but they've done a ton of work on it, and I imagine they'll be reseeding the grass again soon. These are photos I took from a bike ride I did through the park back in November before they installed the danger sign. This is a view from the other side of the river. For the most part, this part of town looks way better than it did right after the hurricane, but some parts of town, like this one, look like they haven't even been touched. I very rarely drive through here, but I think I cry every time I do. The overall destruction that's still visible here is like stepping back 5 months in time. It still blows my mind to see how powerfully destructive this little river was. This was a massive antique store that was packed full, and there are a bunch of other antique stores right around here that were completely flooded. Depending on where you go, some things have improved a lot and some have stayed the same over the past 5 months. Just outside of Asheville and Swannanoa, I've heard that there are people still living in tents and trailers, and some are even living in sheds that were donated to them. I actually saw a YouTube video of this Amish family who make sheds for a living, and they brought down and helped to install, and they donated several of the sheds to families in need. I haven't seen any of them in person though. I volunteered in the area several times serving meals, but I just did not feel right driving around. The areas around me are all commercial, but their residential area was hit really hard over there. So that's it. I just wanted to give you an update on how things are going over here, since I never followed up after those 2 videos that I posted in October. Thanks for watching. And as a reminder, you can buy my nature observation journals and composition notebooks at the link down below.